Get ready as you're about to witness the large-scale sugar production you might have never seen before. Let's get started already. When you think about sugar, your mind probably jumps to donuts, cookies, cakes, or maybe even that irresistible smooth chocolate. Like these sweet treats, you won't find their story in the aisles of a grocery store. To make those sweet white crystals, farmers need to do preparations beforehand. They prepare their fields carefully because sugar beets are picky about their environment and land where they'll grow. The soil has to be just right, something called loamy soil. This type of soil is soft, nutrient-rich, and holds just enough moisture to keep the beets happy. Just look at that visual representation of how soil absorbs all the sunlight, water droplets, and carbon dioxide to nourish the sugar beets and develop intense, sweet flavor in it. We all have read this little science in our school books, that how nature helps to thrive the plants. Just, it's much easier to know how beets get sweetened via these visuals. You know that about 20% of the world's sugar comes from sugar beets? That's no small feat for a vegetable that's often overshadowed by its tropical cousin. Yes, I meant sugarcane. Sugar beets are really high maintenance. They need a lot of water, around 20 to 30 inches over the growing season. Now that we've seen how sugar beets grow into sweet powerhouses, let's move on to harvesting, where all that hard work in the fields starts to pay off. It usually is done in late autumn when the sugar content in the beets has reached its peak. And let's not forget the sheer volume of beets involved. They pile up the entire harvested stock and then scoop out only the needed quantity. To put that into perspective, a single ton of sugar beets can produce roughly 300 pounds of sugar. That means even a small pile of beets has the potential to sweeten lots of cups of coffee. As the trucks roll into the factory, they're greeted by weigh stations. Here, each truckload is weighed to calculate how much Beet Bounty has arrived and then loaded for further processing. Speaking of cleaning, sugar beets go through a serious water treatment before they're ready for processing. By the time they emerge, the beets are spotless and ready for the slicing stage. Here, a giant grater working on turbo speed shaves the beets into long, narrow slices. It's all about maximizing surface area. The more surface there is, the easier it is to extract the sugar. This process is more like brewing tea. The hot water draws out the sucrose, creating a sweet juice that's rich in sugar, but also contains other natural compounds. The leftover beet pulp, now devoid of most of its sugar, goes to the recycling chamber to make some animal feed. You know, the water used in the diffusion process is recycled multiple times so they can keep track of as much hygiene as possible. I get such comments a lot that literally, what's the purpose of this much care to produce a product which is toxic to health? What do you say about it? Would you rather take it positively or want to say something in regard? The thin juice is sent through multiple evaporation stages where it's boiled to remove excess water. This syrup is loaded with sugar, but it's still in liquid form. At this point, the mixture of sugar crystals and syrup is spun in large centrifuges. These machines are just like the washing machines, separating the solid sugar from the liquid molasses. And the transformation is almost complete. But what about the impact of sugar on global health and policy? This area has become more prominent as the link between sugar consumption and various health concerns has led to significant changes in the way we view and regulate sugar. Due to such concerns, people have shifted to more organic options, but sugar is still a staple in many countries. Soft, creamy, and so comforting? Yes, that cream bread is one of those baked delights that you can't take it as a simple snack. It's basically an experience, combining the tender, airy texture of freshly baked bread with a rich, velvety filling that melts in your mouth. The concept of cream bread is surprisingly simple, yet genius. It's a bread that's so fluffy that it practically floats on your tongue. Often made with enriched dough that includes typical basic ingredients, the bread is designed to stay moist and tender for days. The secret lies in techniques like slow proofing, which allows the dough to rise gradually, enhancing its lightness and flavor. In South Korea, cream bread has become so popular that bakeries compete to make the softest dough and creamiest filling. You probably have seen those satisfying videos on Gram, right? Crunchy, sweet, and utterly addictive caramelized nuts are the perfect snack or topping to elevate literally anything. These golden glossy treats take the natural richness of nuts and coat them in a layer of caramelized sugar, creating a flavor explosion that's hard to resist. When I say hard, I mean it. I have tried these nuts, or whatever main crew you chose to get coated with the rich caramel. It becomes super delicious.
Hey buddies, welcome to the inside scenes of some bulk fruit factories. Let's see how they process and handle so much bulking. First, some good factories use common food sanitizers to clean the water and fruits from outside. Chlorine, the real MVP, gets rid of nasty bacteria, viruses, and fungi if present on those pineapples. Sometimes they add citric acid to balance the water's pH and make the sanitizers work even better. After a good rinse, the pineapples ride the conveyor belt for a quick dry. Check out those blades. They are going to peel the pineapples like a pro. A machine pushes the tough core out of the way, and then skilled workers cut the fruit into the sizes customers want. After slicing, a little but quick bath is necessary. The conveyor belts give the fruit a gentle shake to remove extra moisture without messing up its texture. Finally, they use moderate air pressure to make sure all moisture is gone, keeping the fruit fresh and extending its shelf life. If you are curious why do they fuss so much about keeping fruit dry before packaging, it's quite obvious. Moisture isn't just about making fruit soggy, it's like opening the floodgates for trouble. It disrupts the osmotic balance within fruit tissues, starting with the breakdown of cell membranes. This loss of structural integrity makes it easier for the fruit to soften, brown, or undergo all sorts of unwanted degradations. Okay, I get it. It's a lot of science lectures for today. As the pineapple chunks got their frozen adventure, you get to see this new fluffing technique. As it moves, it fluffs and separates each chunk from the others and gives it its own uniqueness. Its continuous rotation makes sure the frozen chunks are separated from each other, preserving their own flavor. After a little sorting, the frozen pineapple are packed inside the huge cartons. Come around, you all raspberry lovers. You're going to witness the largest harvesting and freezing of raspberries you have ever seen. Using fruit harvesters like these beasts for picking berries in the fields offers significant advantages to fruit processing factories and labor. These machines promise efficiency, but demand a skilled touch. Therefore, workers undergo specialized training to navigate the complexities of this crucial job. These machines struggle with selective harvesting, and can sometimes result in picking some unripe berries as well, but with the help of the experts, no ruined berry is going to pass through. As soon as the raspberries arrive in the facilities, first, the experts carefully remove the ruined berries, and then they get a thorough rinse to get rid of any dirt or germs. After that, they go on the conveyor belt to dry off properly and are frozen right away. Here, the same separating techniques are applied to the frozen raspberries, so they do not stick to each other or make a cluster. These belts have thorough vibrators to fluff the berries all together, and look, every berry is seen as an individual pack of deliciousness. If it seems satisfying to you and that's your vibe, we can be best friends because we are dedicated to show you the bulk factory processes. Want to stick together? Come on, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to keep watching our upcoming videos. Some people still chose to go for old-school methods for some delicate tasks like picking fruit from trees, so they won't get damaged. Their struggle leads them to transport the entire fresh stock of these durian fruits towards the facilities for further processing. Skilled workers use sharp knives to carefully cut open durian fruit. As they are thoroughly cleaned again, these works beautifully collect the inner edible flesh of the fruit in separate baskets. And here, a high-tech refractometer is used to measure the fruit's sweetness to make sure it's just right to proceed. As soon as the fruit pulp freezes at the right temperature, a bunch of workers get their gloves on to chop them into equal and smaller chunks. Now the fruit chunks are going in the freezers again to get the required consistency. Have you ever tried durian chips? They are quite famous in Thailand and Malaysia. I haven't tried yet, but I would like to give them a try as I saw a few TV stars getting mad after those chips. Look at that creamy yellow batter that's going to cover the entire durian chunks. This is going to make the durian even more delicious. Some people often called it the king of fruits because of its rich custard-like texture and sweet, slightly nutty taste. A few people love it for its exotic taste, while others find it unforgettable. After a thorough drying, finally, the durian chunks are packed into small trays for easy and perfect serving. Did you ever notice how new harvesting machines are making big money for businesses? These high-tech tools are cutting down on labor costs, speeding up the harvesting process, and making sure the fruit is really high quality. They're also super accurate, which means less waste and they're better for the environment. These machines are designed to move smoothly through the fields, gently shaking the bushes to release the ripe blueberries. As the blueberries fall off, the harvester's high-speed conveyor belts collect them efficiently. Each day, these machines can pick tons of blueberries, covering a large area much faster than manual picking. This efficiency not only speeds up the harvesting process, but also ensures that the berries are collected at their peak ripeness. Such modern machines also help maintain the quality of the blueberries, ensuring that they reach consumers fresh and delicious. Now these carriers are going to take them with full responsibility and care towards the facility. So we are here in this massive, bustling factory where handling heaps of berries is an effortless breeze, made possible only by cutting-edge technology. Now, we'll let these berries get a much-needed thorough wash. Even the laziest bunch will be amazed by the incredible benefits of these purple powerhouses. These berries can supercharge brain function and memory, keeping your mind sharp and focused. These folks are donned in gloves as they expertly sort through the berries, swiftly sidelining any damaged ones. Freezing berries before packaging maintains their nutritional value, ensuring you get all the health benefits as if they were freshly picked. Every time we open the can or packet of frozen berries, we will be amazed with the quality fruit inside and thank them. Look, those bunch of experts tirelessly working and sorting these blueberries at different stages to give us the best experience. Did you know there are over 1,000 varieties of mangoes worldwide? That's right, and I know nothing about them. Just eating sweet mangoes is enough for me. These skilled workers use specialized blade cutters to carve mangoes into precise segments. Then a refreshing bath ensures that any remaining latex from the peel, which can cause irritation or allergic reactions, is thoroughly cleaned off. These cutters transform the mangoes into bite-sized pieces, ensuring you get the full enjoyment of every juicy morsel without any hassle. This conveyor belt is equipped with vibrations, and there's a solid reason behind it. It ensures that any lingering water droplets that are left behind are completely dried off, while the continuous shaking keeps them separated from each other. Now they are being flash frozen in giant freezers to lock in all that incredible freshness. As they are carefully packaged into large boxes, workers keep an eagle eye, ensuring each box is filled to perfection. Only high-quality peaches are selected for their cut in factories. Precisely, their superior quality means better preservation. So, in this esteemed factory, things get started by removing the tough pit from inside the peaches. Razor-sharp, precision blades skillfully transform these peaches into perfectly sized, small, juicy pieces. Ever wonder why cans are the top choice for preserving peaches? The canning process seals those juicy peaches in an airtight environment, shielding them from pesky, unwanted contaminants. This airtight seal is a game changer, extending the shelf life of peaches to even years without spoilage. While some of the peaches are chopped into tiny bits and flash frozen to keep them fresh throughout their usage. The vibrations incorporated in freezing help expose more surface area to the cold air, leading to quicker freezing. Also, it keeps the chunks separated from each other. As I'm keep on telling this thing, you must take an idea how important it is. Did you know that bananas are fantastic for reducing and preventing muscle cramps and spasms? So if you're hitting the gym or just dealing with those pesky nighttime leg cramps, grabbing a banana can be your secret weapon. Even if it's in the form of banana chips, it's super delicious. Now, the cantaloupe is being expertly peeled by this skilled worker, with every bit of skin carefully removed. With about 90% water content, cantaloupe is an incredibly hydrating fruit, perfect for keeping you refreshed on a hot day. Moreover, it is a fantastic pick if you want to drop weight as well. First, these papayas get a thorough wash, scrubbing off every bit of dirt. Once revealing that luscious fruit inside, the seeds are expertly removed, and with a few swift cuts, the papayas are transformed into perfect bite-sized pieces. I hope you've enjoyed this video containing dozens of fruits getting bathed, peeled, sorted, and frozen right away. It's also satisfying, no matter if you like these fruits or not, as some people might be allergic to them, but you will agree that watching anything in so much bulk quantity always gives a positive vibe.
Have you ever come across anyone who hasn't tried a McMuffin? It's hard to believe, right? When something this delicious captures attention, curiosity gets the better of us at least once. That's exactly what happened with the McMuffin. It carved out a permanent spot in the fast-paced world of grab-and-go breakfasts. To begin their bulk buns processing, giant mixers turn slowly at first, combining every ingredient smoothly. Another set of machines take over, and the dough is fed into it that cuts it into equal portions. As the empty molds move along, flour is sprinkled evenly. It's going to help prevent sticking, using just the right amount of flour before the dough balls are placed in the molds. Throughout that process, we can see the dough balls are perfectly shaped and they're ready to move to the proofing stage. Before that, machines have already dusted the trays with dry flour, so just when it's time for the dough ball to drop, they come in rolling and fall right into its dedicated mold. Now those balls are thoroughly covered with flour, and the credit goes to these amazing technologies. When the dough balls are placed in the pans, they are moved into a special proofing chamber to get puffed up. Proofing done, they're going to get into the baking pans, so the machines help them to place the previous trays over baking ones and flip them upside down. They're all set to become the soft and fluffy buns which McDonald's use for their very crowing McMuffins. For many of us, they're the ultimate quick and easy meal for busy mornings, and they claim the taste is so satisfying that it appeals them to get another one. Anyways, how would I know? But if you've tried one, we want to hear your stories. Did it become your go-to breakfast choice? Or maybe you've had a memorable moment while enjoying it. You're welcome to share your experiences with us. It all started in 1971 when Herb Peterson, a McDonald's franchisee in California, had a game-changing idea. Herb's creation was simple but genius: a poached egg, Canadian bacon, and cheese tucked between a toasted English muffin. People loved it. "Oh, it was you who called us." Many local factories don't even care about merging the sourcing of their raw materials, but it has a great impact in many aspects. We will discuss those as well later. So, McDonald's has made some exciting changes when it comes to the eggs they use. Right now, about 30% of the eggs they source come from free-range farms, and 70% of their eggs are still coming from their dedicated barns. Okay, the question is, why do they need to do this blend? First of all, to meet the higher demand, they have to get their eggs from different types of farms: barn-raised, free-range, and soon, more cage-free farms. Also, free-range eggs have slightly higher levels of important nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins compared to eggs from caged hens. McDonald's wants to provide customers with the best quality ingredients, and sourcing eggs from healthier, more natural environments is part of that effort. And you know, buying local also raises opportunities for the local people, and it's kind of contributing to the country's progress on a national level and helping to make the economy better. McDonald's is steadily increasing the percentage of free-range eggs they use, with a goal of reaching 90% cage-free eggs by 2025 in key markets like the US and Canada. This would be a big step. We can assume they're making sure in upcoming years they meet customer expectations while continuing to serve millions of meals every day. I know we've raised your expectations by bringing super intelligent technologies, but no, that's not how eggs are going to be made. Now comes the last main ingredient, the meat patty, and this is exactly how they make thousands of meat patties per hour. Okay, we all know originally a sausage patty is found in these McMuffins, but depending on different areas, various other options have been seen to serve every community. Likewise, at some places where beef is the most popular meat, factories focus on making beef patties, so the processing of serving McMuffins never stops. About the eggs, this is how those hundreds of poached eggs are made to be added in McMuffins. Yup, all manually and right at the spot. Obviously, you don't go to the restaurants to eat reheated meals. They don't show the behind the scenes of how our meals are getting prepared, but at least you got to see some from McDonald's. Is it satisfactory? You know, kids today absolutely love going to McDonald's. The sight of the golden arches makes them excited for delicious food like crispy fries and juicy burgers.